Each day is getting closer and closer to another God of War video game release, and recently I've been playing a lot of God of War Ragnarok. I don't know why, but I get these urges every once in a while to play it, and there's a reason, because it's one of my favorite games out there. It is actually one of my favorite games out there, even though I just said that, but the story is so catching, and it's one of my favorites, one of my favorite series out there. So today I want to talk about things, or what I want the next game to be. The reason why I'm doing this right now, and why I think there's going to be another game soon, is because every 4 to 5 years is another game to release. So, sit back, relax. I've done this video a while ago, by the way, but I want to do my new ideas. So, first we're going to start off with things I want to see. What I want to see is Kratos. Nobody, or at least me, I didn't like the Atreus missions, or Loki missions. I think one of the least favorite parts about God of War Ragnarok for the player base as a whole was Ironwood, or playing as Loki. He just seems so boring compared to what you can do as Kratos. So what I want to see is just a full game where you play as Kratos. Mythology. So mythology-wise, it can go multiple directions. This is where the whole kind of main story takes place. So I have 4 ideas of what they can do. First one is the Aztec. This is one that a lot of people want to happen, and this is one that I feel like would be very fun. Not very well known mythology, but I feel like a very fun one at that. And Tyr has kind of teased at it in the Valhalla DLC, so there's that too. Next one is Japanese mythology. Kratos goes to Japanese mythology, he gets a sword, blah blah blah, it's self-explanatory. End of discussion. That's another one that doesn't really suit as well because Japanese mythology doesn't have a lot of, I guess it does, but it's not as powerful. I feel like that's going to be very more scenery type game, but I feel like it'd be still a fun one. And think of Ghost of Tsushima. I feel like it would very much resemble Ghost of Tsushima. Sorry about that noise before now. I fixed. Next is Egyptian. This is one that a lot of people wanted, and which was actually supposed to be next up before Norse mythology. It's supposed to be a short mini game, or a short game, where on his way to the Nordic realms, or Midgard, Kratos would see the Egyptians and the Egyptian mythology. This would be a very fun one, and this could be like going back in time, or a flashback game, or it could just be a game, the sequel to this. I don't know, I feel like that'd be very fun. And then this one is a very interesting one where I have to deep dive a little bit. So what I would love, and this is my ideal kind of sequel to this series, is all realms to show up. So Norse mythology, it has all 9 realms. A little bit of Egyptian mythology, a little bit of Aztec, a little bit of Japanese, but specifically Greek. So even though you can travel the 9 realms and all these other mythologies, the Greek mythology is back, and turns out not all gods have been killed, specifically Zeus. I would love for Zeus to come back, that'd be so fun. Or just any of the gods. I really doubt Deimos, Kratos' brother, is dead. I'd love to see him return, and maybe as the new main villain. But imagine Kratos didn't kill all the gods, or the gods somehow came back and want revenge on Kratos, who is now a new god of war, or god of hope, god of wisdom, what do you want to call it. He's a new god compared to his I'm a god killer. I feel like that'd be very fun. Weapons. So weapons that could be in this game are, of course, the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan Axe, the Draupnir Spear, and depending on the game, it will depend on the weapon. So maybe Aztec Mace, or a Japanese sword, or an Egyptian sickle. I don't know. Those would be very fun. What I would also like to see are a new variety of weapons, and I forgot to say, and the Blade of Olympus. That is in the game too. You can't forget about that. There's a new variety of weapons where you can make your Blades of Chaos into the Blades of Athena, or the Blades of Hades for different tasks. So I would love them to bring back kind of like a weapon wheel, so you don't have to switch. It's a lot easier to switch between the weapons how you are now, but doing a weapon wheel could be maybe easy, especially if it's like one of those games where they want to continue adding new weapons. I would love this. I'm going to go on to that next one where I was just started. I will go on to that in a second. But a weapon wheel would be really fun and easy, and you can have more abilities, maybe an easier way to heal or something like that. But a weapon wheel would be great, and that's a way for maybe you can use the Blades of Hades if you have to do a soul transfer from here to here, or the Blades of Athena if you want to use maybe lightning or something like that. Or you can have the Mjolnir. You can have Mjolnirs as a weapon, and you can use that for lightning. Or the Leviathan axe is ice, and the Draupnir spear is wind, or maybe the Blades of Athena is water, and then the Blades of Chaos, of course, is fire. It's literally primordial fire. I feel like that'd be a very fun idea. Or the gauntlets of Hercules that can be used for brute force if you need to break through walls or something like that. I feel like that'd be a very fun idea to kind of add up on. And then something that you can have is like the Blade of Olympus, as it can either be a rage type, like the Legacy Rage in God of War Ragnarok, or it can be an actual weapon in the game, but it uses more energy, or it uses your rage, actually. I feel like that'd be a cool idea. Rage types. Spartan Rage is one of my favorite parts about this game, and I feel like Spartan Rage should just be, I'm angry, and he just goes berserk. And I love the Valor, and I love the Legacy, and I love all of that. And the Fury, the Wrath, those four, having different types of rages was cool, but I feel like Legacy, I love it, brings back the Blade of Olympus, but it's so useless in my opinion. It doesn't give you health. It's very prone to attack. The Rage of Wrath, that one's easy to use. Or Fury, that one's easy to use. Valor, that one's for health. So maybe Legacy isn't the best option for a rage type. So the game style, I would love it to continue the game style it is now. It is one of my favorite game styles in the whole series. I like this a lot better than the other God of War game styles. So continue this game style and continue like this. End of discussion. Honestly, this is like easier way for them to load things is because it goes from game, and then while you're mid battle, it can smoothly go right to a cutscene. I love that. Some games are very horrible with that, and they have to do like a long pause before they can go into the cutscene. Or there's title screens that they have to go through, like GTA. There's some things where it goes through like a title screen in order to go to the next cutscene or the next part of the game. You feel me? So having this playstyle is an easier way for cutscenes to smoothly go through. Companions. Now I feel like there could be multiple companions. Atreus could return. I really would like, I would like to go on in the future about what the idea of this game could be. Let me know in the comments if you want that. But Atreus could return, but I have an idea for that. Again, if you want to hear that, let me know in the comments, and I will do that. Freya, I feel like Freya is a very high praised character and a very good idea of companion. Deimos could return and he could be your companion, and it could be like having a second Kratos as a companion. Or he could be just a playable character. Just saying. Deimos could be a very, very easily playable character. Or it could be somebody or it can be an Egyptian god, or a Japanese god, or an old Greek god. It can be anybody, literally. Anybody can be your companion. There's a wide variety of characters that they can choose from. Now, that's all I have for this game. Again, if you want to hear a story about this game of the different ideas, so I could do a story for the Japanese game, the Egyptian game, or the all together against everybody against Kratos game, let me know in the comments, and I will make a video off of the different stories I have for those. However, what they could do instead is, if they need a few more years to create the next God of War game, is they can remaster any of the other games, or they should start with God of War 1 and do it in the kind of design of this game. I would love to play God of War 1, murdering Ares, but in this play style. I really enjoy this play style, and if they do any remakes of the previous games, they should remake it, do a full remaster of the old games, but with this play style. it's my opinion. Anyways, I hope I didn't miss anything. I would love to hear your opinion on the next God of War game in the comments. I would love to know if you guys want to hear me talk about the story of what it could be or what I want the story to be in the comments. And I'm working on that robot video. It'll be out soon. And then I think I'm going to do a weekly video going forward so I don't just get out of track. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow's video, and whenever that robot video comes out. Anyways, peace out.